Why, hello there, everyone. How are you doing? This is Tanuki Tale, and welcome to part 3 of my Devil May Cry 3 playthrough, blind playthrough. And if you're wondering why the overlay looks different, or maybe I should say the lack of overlay, it's because I'm not streaming this like I normally do. So I originally live streamed on Twitch, part 1 and 2 of my DMC3 playthrough. But for this part 3, I've decided to record it off stream and upload it to YouTube directly, so it's a YouTube exclusive. And I'm doing this so I can pretty much reserve my Twitch time to play more Soul Calibur and now Unist, because I'm having fun with that game as well. And basically, I'm designating the rest of my DMC franchise playthrough to YouTube only, so it's a YouTube exclusive. And also, because of that, I might do some editing. So, for example, if it takes me a whole bunch of tries on one boss fight or something, I'll keep in my first attempt and then maybe cut out all the attempts in between my first attempt and the winning attempt. And also, obviously, keep in parts that are particularly interesting. So, some light editing. Anyways, let's resume where we were. Trying to remember where I left off. And as I've said before, I'm definitely having a blast with this game. I would, for sure, replay this game right after beating it if I did not already own DMC5. But after I beat DMC5, I might come back to this and replay it. Okay. Load game. So we beat the siren and got the electric guitar. The guitar. So this is the most recent save. Number 2. I still haven't looked up what the difference between gold and yellow is. I really should. Okay, so mission select. If you're loading, you select the one that's after the one you've beaten, so 11. So it's strange that if you've played through missions on normal, you can't replay them on easy. If you want to play, like for example, I've beaten mission 10, so I can replay mission 10 on normal, right? Since I beat it on normal. But I can't replay it immediately on easy mode. I'd have to start easy mode on mission 1 and work my way up, which is kind of bizarre that you can't go down. Obviously, I can't, if you start playing on easy, it would make sense that you can't move up from easy to normal, but if you beat the game on normal, I think it would make sense for you to be able to replay any mission on a lower difficulty. But anyways, this is long past the design of this game. So no real point in talking about the game design here. Oh yeah, okay. So she thinks Dante killed her father. What? Didn't finish the job.
You're still alive, I see.
Mary? Is that you? What's happening? Where's your mother?
My mother? You killed her, remember?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
that's right. I killed her. With my own hands. What horrible thing have I done? I was too weak. I succumbed to his influence.
You mean you were possessed?
Not literally.
Father?
Yes, I was manipulated. Manipulated by a devil.
I don't think him being literally possessed is necessary to get the point across.
He's attempting to bring the demon world back to this modern
But maybe they didn't want to be so subtle.
world that Sparta once sealed off.
Sparta? I thought he was a myth.
If the demons return, this world will be thrown into chaos. Stop him. Stop just like your mother.
Father! Father! Virgil.
Mission 11. Give a guest from the past an adequate homecoming. So what do we have equipped right now? Swordmaster. Swordmaster and Gunslinger are on level 2 right now. Let's stick with Swordmaster. And I have... Oh yeah, that gun. And Nivon, the electric guitar. Sounds like the name of a song from Nightwish or something, which is kind of fitting, if you ask me. Then, how much money do I have right now? Not a small amount. So that's a whole blue orb, right? That's not 1/4. Oh, also with purple orb. Rather invest in that. And I can get another one. Devil Trigger doesn't seem to last very long in this. So I might want that. But I'd rather not amp myself up too much at once, just in case I don't need it. So let's start. Mission start, though. We went through that door. I need to remember how the, dang, I was going to say, I need to remember how the guitar works, but it looks like they're not giving me time for that. Am I even hitting them like that? What is this perspective? Okay. Am I supposed to come down here? This perspective makes this room very confusing. What is up here? Ooh. Guess I'm just going down. Or I could go through there. Can I not go down all the way? Oh, you can't. Okay. New enemy type? I forgot I had that gun equipped. I think I can only hit them when they're materialized in. I think that's their gimmick. Makes the targeting really weird. Oh, we have to kill all of them. Okay. Altar of Evil. I have no idea if I'm close to the end of the game or not yet. It's making it look like I can jump on that. Maybe it'll be easier if I go from back here and forward. Yeah. Go in that. Looks like I can go through that. Oh yeah. How the heck do I use this guitar again? Well, I can move that apparently. You can charge up the bats, right? You can also uppercut. And you can use melee hits with Blade Master. So can I, yeah, I can. Oh yeah, it turns into a scythe, that's cool. So where do I want to push that block? Swinging chandelier. What is that? Another block. So I will need 2 for something. If you hear that squeaking, it's because I have my chair right up against another chair. So if I move it, it squeaks. Oh, apparently that's not a door. Maybe I just push the blocks on there, which doesn't really make sense, but I can't think of what else I should do. Oh, I did not realize that they were the same size. 3 freakish-looking faces are etched in the statue. 2 of the faces weep bloody tears. When you see the box for the first time, it looks way bigger than the slot on the wall. Where'd it go? Oh, you can target them. That makes it easier. I don't need to stop all 3 of them from crying? Okay. Oh, I guess the enemy challenge will wipe the tears of the 3rd one. Or make them cease. Hang on, let me clear out the peons first. Is there a reason that chandelier is shaking? Swaying? It seems oddly deliberate. Oh, that was a lot faster than I remember. Yeah, there's still another tentacle thing. Thing is, you can't target it when they turn into gas like that. Maybe I should ignore them. Man, this perspective. What? Looks like they are a threat if you leave them unchecked long enough. Where is it? There. They're not really difficult on their own. I feel as if they're just going to use those things to add into other enemy fights to make it a bit more annoying. As they've already done. Where's the door I opened up? Down here? I thought it was down here. Where was it? Oh. Other side. Temperance wagon. The music here is making it sound like a very end-game place, but I don't think it is end-game yet. Can I not push that off? What is going... What am I looking at here? I did not mean to do that yet. Can I go back? Oh, crud. On-rail segment. Supposed to jump to the next one, I think. Oh, nope. Enemies are getting loaded off. Oh, man. Nunchucks would be good here. All right. There were a bunch of things on screen that I could have gotten before coming down here. Sweet. They're just spawning directly in now. Oh, crud. They're not so bad if you're able to get them quickly, but if they're blocking your attacks, they can start building up. Oh, a bomb guy. Excuse me? How am I going to avoid that? Like that, I guess. Can I ride it back? And if I can I do it without enemies? Make me do this. Wow, you do have to fight enemies on the way back. What the heck? Why? I changed my mind! Yeah, shotgun and nunchucks would be good here. What hit me? Can I jump to the other one? Oh, wow. Pfft. Camping them. You can do that when there are only a few enemies on screen. Okay, so that one-shots the bomb, guys. That's good to know. Oh, crud. Yes, that one-shots the bomb, guys. Good to know. Okay, if we made it back here, we better be... If we're paying the costs, we better reap the rewards. So, how do we get down there? Do we just walk down? Why would it just be something insignificant like health? Gales and flames. Oh, it needs Rudra and whatever the other one is called. Igni. Rudra and Ignis. No, Ignis means fire, so it's not fire and fire. Rudra's the fire one, so the other one can't be Ignis. Did I come all the way back just for something I can't even do? There is an item down there, though. Man, do I have to replay this part with a different weapon? I don't think there was a statue where I can exchange my weapons anywhere on this mission. Okay then, so let's do this again. Oh yeah, and this goes through enemies too, right? So I can maybe line it up. Oh, come on. Oh wow, I launched him so high I couldn't hit him with my downward attack. Okay. Oh, I forgot I can throw my sword. What happens if I throw my sword at him? How do I do it again? Yeah, forward and O. I can throw my sword and it does damage over time. Why am I spamming this gun? Whoops. That was stupid. Okay, let's never get back on that thing. Here's a statue. Are you kidding me? I can switch my weapons here and go back. I guess I'll do it again. I think it's Agni and Rudra. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, Agni. Okay, if I do that, I'm going to switch my guns to get the shotgun instead of... Well, actually, I don't know. Shotgun would be useful on that tram, but Spiral is proving pretty useful, too, by one-shotting those bomb guys. I'm considering getting the gunslinger for the tram, since I can jump and shoot the pistols downward, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, I said I'd never get back on this thing, but we're doing it since I've already done it twice. Well, I've actually done it 4 times if you count going this way and backwards. I'm going to wind up spamming this thing as a crutch. It's just so effective. It's not very stylish, though. I got an S. All I did was spam that gun, and then at the very last minute, do a simple combo with Rebellion. What? Oh yeah, I forgot you can launch someone and shoot them in the air with this, and it's technically on the ground. Ow, ow. Whoops, I forgot I don't want that gun. Or swords, I mean. Whoops. I thought I was targeting that guy right in front of me. I guess I was targeting the guy behind him and it just overlaid perfectly. Okay, finally we're there. It's better work. I forgot if I unlocked anything for these swords. It's going to be really hard to get an S or an A. What's it requiring? I don't know if it counts jumping attacks as something different. Why did that not count? I don't think I've unlocked enough things for this weapon for this to work. Are you going to tell me I've done all this traveling by tram for no reason? Surely I've unlocked something. For this gun. I mean, swords. Why am I calling it a gun? I don't think you can check from this menu. I think you have to be at the statue. Let's try it a little bit more. Okay, B. But see, there are still 3 flames, which means it needs A, and then S, and then double S? Yeah, there's no way. I don't think it counts. Okay, A. I don't think when you do that attack, I don't think it's counting that towards the combo. Yeah, see, it doesn't move up or anything, and that's with O. Yeah, the forward O attack doesn't do anything. Why? Okay, I can finish it with O. Whoops. Okay, can't do forward O. Why did I just do it? It's because I said forward O and my brain thought forward O. Even though I said don't do forward O. I subliminally messaged myself. B. There's no way we're getting to double S. With just these few options. Okay then. Back on the tram again. This was actually the worst case scenario. Why did it aim that way? Oh, trying to zigzag me, are you? At least we're getting red orbs and style experience for this. So it's not completely a waste of time. Just an inefficient use of it, but not a waste. Are you kidding me? I wonder what that was down there, though. The curiosity is going to eat me up. I'm probably going to replay this level off stream. I'm going to unlock abilities for Agni and Rudra off stream, and then proceed to replay this level. At least up to the point. At least up to the point of up to the point or up until? I think it's up until the point of getting to that spot and seeing what's down there, and if it's something worth it, I'll play through. I think you'd have to play through the rest of the mission and save for you to keep what you got there, so I'll see if it's something worth it, and if it's worth it, I'll play through and save, and then just tell you guys what I got. Or if it's not worth it, I'll just quit the mission. And I don't know if Navon is better than Cerberus. Honestly, Rebellion and Cerberus feels like the best combo. Because they complement each other the best, if you ask me. Although Navon feels like you could do a lot more things with it if you actually know what you're doing. So maybe Navon's actually better once you know the tricks and I wanted to say something else, but I guess just tricks. If you know the tricks of how the weapon works. Is there not another synonym for tricks I can think of? Guys, in the comments, put as many synonyms for tricks as you can. A boss fight? Okay.
Didn't your mother ever teach you how to use a door?
Ooh, ouch, got him. That thing is so ugly. It's like a bipedal panther with one horn sticking out of his head.
Tell you what, next time I'll try and wear some cologne, okay?
It's the stench of betrayal. The odor of that accursed
What is the purpose of having one horn? And it's not even like a unicorn horn. It's curved. So you can't even hit people with the spike. Oh, I think this is a chimera. Its legs look like they're scaled. Okay, probably don't want to use that gun here because it leaves me immobile. Okay, let's try to learn his moves before we go ham. Seems like he telegraphs his initial punch pretty well, but then he does multiple punches after that. Let's do this to get the health. Okay, so he does 3 hits. The first one's easy to dodge since he telegraphs it. I can dodge the second one kind of easily because I still have my jump and double jump. But it's how do I dodge the third attack? Yeah, I think this guy's a chimera because his feet look like bird feet and his tail looks like scorpion tail, kind of, something like that. Even though chimera is typically depicted as a lion and a goat and a snake. That's how it's normally depicted in Greek mythology, but literally a chimera just means a combination of different creatures into one. So you could combine any two. You know, you could have an animal with elements from any 2 or 3 or however many animals you want, and you could call it a chimera, and it's not wrong. Oh, yeah, and the wings, of course. Yeah, that's the issue. I could just go gunslinger and just use guns, but that's kind of lame. I'll do that if it gets really tough. That's if I'm desperate. Oh, I staggered him. Okay, you can do the roll each time, it looks like, but the thing is, since the dodge direction is dependent upon Dante's perspective and not the camera's, it's going to be really tricky to do that consistently. Because you have to change the angle each time on the stick. A new phase, it looks like. Huh. What? Okay, I think he broke it, so I don't have to worry about that. No, I still hear it. Okay, so it drops down and he punches it. Huh. I think I have double jump. Double jump's so useful. You think that it would just have utility in the platforming, but honestly, it's really helpful in fights too. It's kind of easy to gun spam this guy. Okay, so I think all of his attacks are now quadrupedal when he gets in all 4. That was close. Thought I was going to eat it there. I don't know if using that gun's worth it. So, I mean, it does more burst, but overall, I don't know if it's doing more DPS. Stagger him. Final phase, I think. Wait, no? Thought he was going to keep the wings there. Okay, this again. You want to be far away from that. Well, I think technically if you're closer, it's easier to dodge, but it's kind of hard to see which direction he's facing if it's in your camera. Like, right on your screen. What? Okay, so we can do that. Wow. Excuse me? So he's comboing those 2 attacks together. That got a lot more difficult. Since the camera moves on its own, like, I wish the lock-on would keep the locked-on enemy in the middle of the screen, so that way your dodge would always be left or right on the left analog. But near the end there, when I died, the camera was moving, and I was trying, like, I saw his projectile attacks coming, and I actively reacted and tried to input the dodge command to avoid it, obviously. But the camera perspective made it where I couldn't exactly get it to the exact right or left of Dante's perspective. And I'm not sure if that was ever intentional for there to be an executional barrier that high. I think they just wanted it to be more of like... Obviously, every game needs some level of execution barrier. But I don't think rolling was meant to be one. I think that was more of a reaction thing. Intended to be, at least. Oof. Let's just get him to the hard phase quickly. Oh, that hurts me if I'm close to him? Are you serious? Okay. It goes up. I'm not even sure if I have to roll when I'm this far away. Oh no, that one didn't go up. See, look. I'm locked on, but he's not even in my screen. So what's the point of the lock-on, really? I did not mean to be right above him there. I meant to jump backwards, but, you know, the camera. I'm just using Devil Trigger here to heal. Okay, we're going to be in the tough mode now, I think. I think this is where he goes ham. Can I pick up the... Oh, I was going to say, I saw the thing flashing back there. I wonder if I can pick it up during the boss fight, and if it's secretly something that makes it easy, but no, there's a barrier there. I bet if you get really good, there's a way to make him skip that final phase, so you don't even have to worry about that! That's some BS. Okay, I wanted to see if I could spam dodge. That's not working. You have to wait for the intervals. I think my loadout's... Oh, I should do gunslinger, shouldn't I? Can I leave? Majority of my damage is coming through the guns after the first phase. It feels kind of noob to use gunslinger, but that's what's effective. I don't hate the player and all that. Oh, dang it. I was hitting O expecting this. I've been using Blade Master so long. I hit O expecting the Blade Master attack to come out. This will make the beginning phase a bit more tedious, but it's worth it for the later parts. What? Looks like you don't really have iframes when you do the back jump. I tried to get back in time. Didn't know if he was actually switching phases yet. Okay, so at 1/3, when he loses 1/3, so at 2/3 health, he changes phases, and then I think his next phase is also at the next third. Where did those red orbs come from? I'm not going to risk my life to go get it. I don't need that. I don't need it. What? Has he done that before? Are you kidding me? Okay. What was weird about that is that when the light initially came in, it didn't hurt me, and I was actively moving away from it, and then it hurt me a little after it came in, even though I was moving away from it. But, whatever, game. What? How do I don't remember him doing that before. He's learning. So he's going to jump and body slam me out of the air sometimes. I need to be wary about that. I don't know if I have any consumable items, but I really would rather not use them. I'd rather just stockpile. Typically what I do in games is I stockpile my consumable items until the final boss, so I can pull out all the stops. Okay, what is this camera perspective? I need to not be anywhere near the side when he does that. Because I couldn't roll consistently. I couldn't even see Dante. So how am I supposed to know which way he's facing? So I need to be careful to get out of here when he's at a third health. What? No, he would attack there. It looked like he was doing an animation when he gets hurt. And I did not do that beginning part very well. I wonder if I have a punishment opportunity in between those. Oh, it looks like I can get in between him and that thing. So that attack doesn't even matter. I did not mean to get locked into the stinger attack. Precisely for that reason. That did not heal me very much. See what I mean? The Devil Trigger is not... I know I need to roll on that instead of jump, since he can body slam me now, apparently. I don't think this is the run, Chief. Maybe if I'm high enough above him, he doesn't go for the jump. What the? I landed right in him. Also, I'm not sure, since I'm doing these videos on YouTube only now and not Twitch, I'm wondering if I should format these videos by dividing them up by mission, or maybe a few missions each. So each episode could be like 30 minutes or something. Personally, I like having I like having a few really long videos for a whole playthrough as opposed to a whole bunch of short videos, but I think the general populace prefers a whole bunch of short videos. Don't ask me why. It's the same amount of time in total, and it's less videos to keep track of. I think you heal more if you do damage, right? I mean, the more damage you deal, you heal more from it. What? What's he aiming at? Okay. I did not mean to jump there. I wanted to evade. I've already, I've complained plenty of times in this game about having the jump button as the same button. Having the jump button share the same button as the evade command. So I don't need to go over that again. Even though I just kind of did. Okay, so he can still hit me if I'm in between. If I'm directly in between the two, he can still hit me. Oh, I hate that attack. The thing is, I just need to consistently get to the final phase enough that I can develop a strategy there. Because so far, as soon as I've gotten to the final phase, I just insta-die. Whoa, okay, so you can jump over that if you're high enough. And he telegraphs that attack pretty well, but sometimes if you're too close, it might be difficult to get out. What? Okay. I still don't think I should change my loadout at all. Let's just check if I have consumables. I'm not planning on using them, though. 2 devil meters, but that's not going to really make or break the game. Make or break the fight. I'd rather save those. Maybe I can upgrade my health. I was planning on doing that anyway. Though I doubt this will make too big of a difference. I have plenty of money to spare. I should get another one of those too, I think. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Nice. That one does not have as big of a telegraph. I think the reason I couldn't roll there is because I was still in still during my end lag frames for my attack. Oh, okay. See, sometimes, like, it's telegraphed a lot, but you just can't get far enough away fast enough. I knew that was coming, and I tried to get away, so I don't really know what you can do about that. Now, I should save that for when, you know, you're going to do damage. Sometimes I need to do that just to make sure I'm not in a too dangerous, health zone. How could I get out of that in time? I do not want to be that close. Okay. You just have to not stay too close for any long period of time, just in case he does that. Like then, I was not reacting to the attack. I was just predicting it. Which is a big difference between reacting. Reacting and predicting are not the same things. crud. We're in the last phase, aren't we? Can I hide behind this? No, he breaks it. How? My dodge doesn't last long enough to evade those. Do I have to be closer? I can't evade into it because you cannot roll forward. You can only roll sideways. Maybe I'm supposed to do it later. I wonder if he has a weak spot. Like if you hit him on the tail or something. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the amount of damage he takes from different body parts. I mean, it is Capcom after all. In Monster Hunter, monsters will take different amounts of damage depending on where you hit them. I don't remember if Dragon's Dogma did that as well. Yeah, I think it did. So yeah, I kind of jinxed it there, but I was going to say, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at the phases before his final phase. Oh, I couldn't jump. Okay, why'd he run away from me? I think after those is when he does the light attack. Okay, apparently not. He does sometimes, though. Whoa, I hate that. I have no idea how to tell if he's going to do that or not. Oh, he's about to do the light attack, isn't he? Okay, don't know how that hit me. I was moving away from it. I cannot get away from him. So I know I said that if a boss fight was going to take me a lot of tries, I would cut out all the attempts in between, but I kind of want to preserve this BS that's happening so I can have video evidence of what's happening to me here. Wow, great start. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was right about to say that, and I couldn't get away. Because we're in the corner. Okay, I think that's where he does his... So I think if I... See, so... I meant to jump there, but the jump button's the same as the roll button. I was moving away from that. Okay. I landed. I tried to jump immediately. I guess I didn't have enough frame advantage. He should be going in his last phase soon. See, I felt so much closer to him that time, and I didn't get hit. But the last time I got hit, even though it felt like I was far enough away. I wanted to roll, but it made me jump. That's the biggest problem with this game, honestly. I got lucky there. Okay, wait till the last possible minute! I can barely even see it coming. There's not a very good visual indicator here. That one move. The rest of this boss feels balanced. That one move makes him feel completely broken, and I have no idea if that was intentional or not. Okay, let's get through this beginning part. Again. If I get to the final phase with full HP, I might have enough to tank through a couple of those OP attacks. I meant to roll there, but it made me jump. I feel like if I'm taking this much damage in the first phase, I should probably load unless I can recover it really quickly. See, he sometimes does that after punching the blocks. This is not where I want to be. Precisely because of that. As soon as he passes you up, you'd want to land so you can start jumping immediately again. Or whenever you need to. Oh boy. I rolled too early. Excuse me, game, for reacting too quickly. Okay, I don't think he's in his final phase yet. I do not want to put him in his final phase yet. Let's heal up. So let's not attack him. How? Okay, I guess he jumps before he runs, and you're supposed to just not jump. So you're supposed to kind of just sit back and react. What? I was jumping. How did that hit me? I didn't want to put him in his final phase because I wanted to heal first, but I don't know if that's going to happen because to build up meter, I'm going to have to shoot him again. I can't even see it coming. I thought myself, okay, I'm going to roll as soon as I see them. I literally have no idea what to do here. I'm rolling as late as possible. I'm rolling as late as possible. And you can't move immediately after rolling. So there's a short... So you can't just do 2 rolls like this and be invincible the entire time. Between your 2 rolls, there's a moment in which you have no iframes. And during that time, those things are hitting me. Came down too early. Excuse me for jumping when the button's the same. Obviously, there's some trick to it that I'm missing. I doubt it's just stock up on health items because the game developers completely overlooked an aspect of this boss fight. Let's not be in the corner. Okay, this is probably one of the worst starts we've had. It's because I'm getting hasty on the first phase, so I can just quickly get to his final phase. What? I guess I was in front of that. So I'm playing the first part pretty recklessly. I couldn't jump. I was still landing from the other one. Okay, he did a jump there, but he so even if I jump and he jumps, he can whiff it if I move to the side enough. I need to find better openings for melee attacks when he's on all four. That worked out pretty well. Crud! Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just going to probably buy some health items. Nothing I can do about game design like that. Maybe have I tried jumping yet? Let's try jumping first. Obviously, rolling isn't going to do it. Excuse me. So you can jump if you go behind him like that, instead of rolling. Ow. I was a little bit late on the... Like, the first roll worked, but it was not early enough so that way it would end in time for the next roll. Okay. Yep. I don't think he jumps until the final phase, and I think it's completely at random if he decides to jump or not. I don't know if he's reacting to me in the air. Okay, I have to remind myself to jump when he does the projectiles, because rolling is my instinct for that. Hey, that's nice, being this close to him when he starts that. Jumping does not seem to do anything. I think I dodged those. I don't know if I still had I don't know if I still had iframes from me getting hurt previously. Okay, I'm shooting, which keeps me in the air. I think that's what I need to not do. It's a habit to shoot as soon as I'm in the air to keep myself up there. I don't know. That still doesn't seem very good. Get away from me. He's so fast now. I just have to shoot him this time? Okay, he's making these things fall, but he's not hitting them anymore. Okay, so he's going back to his first attack. Wish he would do that more instead of the projectiles. He's so fast now! Oh, that stagger was very fortunate. Crud. No! Nice! Was going for the risky business at the end there, but it paid off. Okay, so I actually... I think I'm going to keep all those attempts in there. Each one of those attempts had something worth keeping, in my opinion.
Why do I have to take the heat for my father? Come on, man. Cut me some.
So, I beat that boss, and I still, even now, have no idea how you dodge that projectile attack. I pretty much just tanked through it. What was the item? The world may never know. Why is Arkham's body gone? Either Lady buried him, or he's a zombie. It took me 51 minutes. See, if these missions are going to take me that much time each, I'm thinking about uploading each of these missions separately. So let's save here. Overwrite that one. Save complete. Make sure I did it. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do from this point onward is for the rest of the DMC3 playthrough and also for the DMC4 playthrough and DMC5 playthrough, I might be uploading them in increments of missions. So on the long missions like this, I'll upload the mission by itself, but if there are a couple of short missions, I'll lump them together. So thanks everyone for watching. That was part 3 of my DMC3 playthrough. I hope you like it. And don't forget to give the video a like. And I will see you in part 4. I'm recording a lot of these all at once, so part 4 will be a separate video, but I'm taking no break in between this and part 4. So I will see you there.